What is going on, everybody, and welcome to episode 14 of Wrecked Bike Rebuild. We are finally on a new camera after all the crazy Amazon rock fiasco. So today's episode might be a little odd. I'm going to be getting used to the camera, and because of all those problems, I haven't got to film Wrecked Bike Rebuild in a while. So obviously, a lot of you guys know that. So this episode might be a little off as we get our bearings with the camera and filming again, but regardless, it's gonna be a good time. It feels very good to get back to recording Wrecked Bike Rebuild. So, if this is your first episode of Wrecked Bike Rebuild, stop watching right now because this bike has gone through a ton of shit that you should probably update yourself on. This is a Patreon funded series here on YouTube where I, with my Patreons helping me fund it, take motorcycles that are wrecked and pieces of shit, and through time, energy, blood and sweat and tears, we build them up to these awesome custom machines, and then I give them away to my fans. So if you want to check more into that, see how you can get the motorcycle and all that kind of goodness, go over to patreon.com/Chaseontwowheels. It will be the first link in the description, and you can find out how this series is run, and hey, might get yourself a brand new motorcycle. Well, not brand new, but like awesomely customized and everything. I realize this one doesn't look to that point yet, but you know what? We work in there. Between those fairings and all the other cool shit we got for it, it's gonna be a good time. Okay, we got some stuff to do today. So guys, with this being my first episode back, I'm trying to keep it easy so everything's manageable. So here's the list of stuff I'm gonna be trying to work on today and upgrade on the bike. I've got a new brake lever to install, got a new clutch lever. I gotta figure out how to route the new clutch cable without taking anything apart. I got some ideas for that, but I'll show you guys that later on. We got the new rear sets from Woodcraft. If you guys don't remember, Woodcraft gave me a solid deal on a lot of parts, and the rear sets we didn't get to install last episode. Gonna be installing those today because currently the bike has like no rear sets. We also have a front brake reservoir and a rear brake reservoir that we're gonna try to install. If I get all that done in a really good amount of time, might get some more stuff done, but trying to make my first day back to work a little easy. So obviously, as you guys saw, the stuff that's on the bike looks like crap. So let's make it not look like crap. Alright, so guys, the first thing I think I'm gonna do is work on the levers, because if I can get the levers done, that'll loosen up the clutch cable. And then once I get the levers on, I can work on weaving this clutch cable out and getting the new one in. So, yeah, I think I'm going to start on the levers. Oh, before I get started, guys, I haven't even told the live stream yet. Let me just get this. For a while, we've been talking about the When in Doubt, Mallet Out shirt and the Torque to Spec shirt. If I understand correctly, those are available now, so you can buy shirts. I think there's even pillows in there. I don't know. They came up with all types of stuff. I used, what's the company called? Them. Can't think of the name right now. But, so they just put these designs, they actually made the designs, and then they put them on all these products. So if you guys are big fans of Wrecked Bike Rebuild and you want a When in Doubt, Mallet Out shirt, or if you want a Torque to Spec shirt, those are now available in the description. They might have this cool thing where they pop down underneath the video. Not sure yet. You'll have to click around and play around with yourself. Don't play around with yourself, but like play around for yourself to find. I'm digging a deep hole. I'm gonna work on levers if you guys want shirts there. Okay. You know what, dude? I'm just gonna take the whole thing off and see how that goes. I should probably get the new lever so I can kind of see what I'm working with. Alright guys, so the new lever is the new clutch lever is going to be a CRG. Hopefully you guys can see that. And yes, my friends, this bitch got that carbon fiber though. Look at that! Oh, that looks so cool. Hold on. I think this calls for the... So yeah guys, we got the CRG clutch now. The only thing that's interesting is it doesn't have anything on the bottom for this little thing. I don't even know what this is. Oh, and I don't know if you guys can tell that. it actually clips in from the top, not the back like this one does. I'm just gonna install this onto here so we can kind of look at it. You need a different size. If you end up being the person that gets this motorcycle, just a BT dubs, the top of this clutch has 2 different size holes, and you're going to have to use 2 different Allens to get it open. Like the top 2 are small, then the top and the back one is like a size up from those. So, yep, have fun with that. Good Lord. Also, obviously you guys can tell it's a shorty, but it fits in. It can even fit all the way down without hitting the high beams. That's cool. This bike almost looks like a stunt bike where you have like 2 clutches and shit like that. I don't know if you guys have probably seen those type of bikes where they have multiple clutches. Anyway, let's get this guy off, I guess. Good Lord, I don't even know if that's supposed to come off for real. Let me go try to get a smaller screwdriver because that thing is way too big. I'm very glad I invested in an entire screwdriver set where there was lots of tiny ones in there. Yep, that's exactly what I needed. Damn, that thing is in there, man. This one is literally stripping as I'm... Oh, it's got Loctite. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Hey. There we go. Okay. I was getting worried about that. Oh, okay. This is a sensor that lets it know that the clutch is pulled in. So typically that would go out. Does this have any sort of... That's gonna be kind of sketchy then. If this doesn't have anything that can fit into, and there's no way to use this perch or anything. I'm gonna get a piece of tape and put around this so that I know this needs to go somewhere into here. I'm gonna tape it into there. All right, now we gotta get this little guy out. Okay, got the old one done and off. And we're just gonna leave the clutch line here for now. Like obviously it'll be going into there, but we'll be doing that on the new one. But we need to leave that there for now. If I understand correctly, this is not needed here. I can cut this and I've got the rear on a stand. We should be good. Okay. And because we want to match, I got CRG for the brake lever. The brake lever is going to be different though, because what's currently on the bike is a Brembo like master thing. So all I did was get a new lever that is going to upgrade the current situation. The new lever looks like this. The reason I got this one is because they bend. You guys can tell that's bent. So that way, if in the unfortunate circumstance that this bike does go down, the brake lever is not gonna break off or get hella ground down like this one currently is. It'll just kind of bend up and the person will be totally fine. It is not a shorty lever though. It is also not carbon fiber. So the clutch lever and the brake lever look totally different. The clutch lever's obviously carbon fiber. This is black. But if you guys remember my R6, I really like having different color levers. It's just a thing, maybe. But yeah, that's why I go with this. So this one shouldn't be as bad to install. So hypothetically, all we have to do is take this off with this screw and replace this little mechanism. Maybe. That is in there tight. My God. I have a bad feeling. So, this is okay. I don't know what in my head could happen here, but I kind of have this idea of like brake fluid, you know? So now we have this little thing. So I guess I can just unscrew this whole little thing and screw it into the new one? That seems right. Okay, I need a really tiny wrench. Huh, didn't expect that to come out. I feel like those holes are about the same though. Alright. God almighty. Oh God, it's not even coming out now. It's like just the screw's just going upwards. What the hell? This isn't going any farther in or out now. Alright, so I just dug through the box and it has a plunger pin actuation block installation for the RCS master cylinder. Looks like this little black piece of metal. Let's not lose that. It's literally a little block. Yeah, goes in there. How the hell though? Okay, so that's supposed to go in there. And then what? That doesn't make any sense. So maybe this just pops. There's no way this pops in there like that. Because this thing would sit like inside of there. That seems so stupid. So what this thing is telling me is I'm supposed to put this guy back in here and install this thing right like that. Maybe it's the other way. Yeah, so I'm supposed to just like pop this right here? No way. I call all the bullshit. I'm having a hard time believing that I just put this thing back in like that. And it just, what, just sits there all nice and pretty like that? Like what? There we go, okay. So that's it, and now I can, I guess, adjust that thing. See, that doesn't seem right though. Yeah, there's no way this goes in like that, because they could just pop out like that. There's something I'm not understanding, I think. Certainly it doesn't go inside of there, right? Okay, so I have been doing YouTube research and I have come to the conclusion that this lever will not work with this bike, regardless. Maybe it will and I just don't know how, but If you guys notice, this is the one that came off the bike, obviously, because it's all goofed up. It has this little like notch here that's all curved. This beautiful little piece just pops in, right? Just, well, of course I won't be able to do it now because the camera's rolling. Anyway, that pops in there. The new one doesn't have anything. It has this little black piece that fits in here, but literally does not do anything. So I'm gonna have to do more research on this, and I'm just gonna move forward without a brake lever, you know, because that's not shady at all. And figure out what the hell is going on with that, because that shouldn't be happening like that. So, yeah, that sucks. Anyway, so that means I can't do the brake lever. That means I can't do the front brake reservoir. Lord God. All right, we're gonna skip over to doing the clutch cable. Wish me luck. Okay, not gonna lie, that was very frustrating. Supposedly, like, that lever is on RevZilla and it says that it will fit the 2017 ZX-10 because they have like a little bike chart guide. So I assume I'm doing something wrong, but that's frustrating when you try to work something out and then it doesn't work out, and then you do research and then you find out like, ugh. Anyway, this is all part of working on your own motorcycle. So now we have this clutch cable. This is the clutch cable, and the fat side of it is down here. So what I'm thinking is it runs through the frame and out, where is it? Here. So it goes underneath there. That's where it has to feed down to. What I'm thinking about doing is taking the new clutch lever that I have and taping it to the end of this one, and then maybe try to thread it all the way through. I don't know if that's gonna work, but you know, might as well try. Okay, so we already know that goes up through the top, so fair enough. You know what we could do, we could go ahead and put this in and then feed it through. I think that's a good idea. Alright, we've got the new clutch cable in there. This is the old one. We're gonna feed this one like it was. So I guess I'm just gonna try to like wrap those together. To do this, I'm just gonna use like electrical tape, I guess. I have no faith in this at all. Okay. So now I should be able to get, yeah, I should be able to push that out. Maybe if I pull it up some, I can push it down and out. Whew, all right, so that's the old one. I need to feed the new one back in now. Holy shit, that worked. That's so cool, that actually worked. Oh, that's good news. So yeah, that's the new one. Oh wow, feel proud. Okay, I needed like the positive vibe. That's awesome. So you guys can see there's the tape, fed it all the way up through there. Now I've got to go back through the exact same process of getting this guy behind this little plate right here, and then we'll fiddle with all of this bullshit after that. Guys, I've been toiling with this little guy and I found the strategy to get it in. Don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. If you bend this towards the back of the bike, like towards the engine, you can angle it enough to get it into this little slot. I can't even get it out of where I was, so I'm not gonna mess with it, but regardless, I got this back in, so now we can put the screw back on and get the clutch working. And with all this, the clutch hypothetically will be working correctly. I think we're gonna have to adjust the clutch for this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Maybe that's better because it wasn't locked in there. Let's see if I got more room now. Oh yeah, way more room now. Oh, that might be enough, don't know. I honestly don't know what would be easier at this point, trying to get this fixed in or trying to get the top. Let's try taking off the top. Oh dude, there's no way I would have gotten this without doing this. Got it. Okay. Now we can do the top. Alright, I'm just gonna speculate that this is gonna be now a pain in the ass. Doesn't seem too bad yet. Wow, that's the strategy, man. Do the bottom and the top's not as bad. There you go, pro tip. Woo! Clutch cable installation done. Okay, feel good about that. Alright guys, before I move on from all the levers and shit, I do want to just put the new lever on here so that I don't, or should I put the old one on? I should put the old one on and put the new one back in the box so that way I don't mess it up. I just don't want them out floating around, so I'm going to put them on and then we'll move on to the rear sets after this. Okay guys, so can't do anything more with these guys because they're kind of done. These are the reservoirs. We might be able to do the rear. Not going to do the front one because lever and all that kind of shit. So we are going to move on to how's this open? The rear sets. Alright, so these are our Woodcraft rear sets. Brake pedal return spring. Alright. Those look awesome. They're gonna look even more awesome when they're on the bike. Up, guys. For racing use only. Do not use on the road. Just kidding, you can definitely use on the road. This is the shift, this is the brake. Okay, cool, let's get those installed. I guess we'll do the brake side first. So guys, before I try to continue working on this bike over on this side where it's a little bit darker, I just got a light in the mail. I'm gonna install it super fast and that way we'll have more light on this side and it won't be so dark in the camera. Real quick. Turns out interview lights are also good for lighting motorcycles. Okay, now that we have more light on this side, let's get the rear sets installed. Okie dokie. Go grab the other brake lever because it feels like these aren't all the parts. Washer, I see. I'm realizing more and more that the way I took this bike apart, so stupid. So these Woodcraft rear sets match up or require a lot of the OEM stuff. Like I'm supposed to use an OEM washer and an OEM bolt, but like I don't have the washer. Let me go dig through the stuff I do have and see if I can find it. The washer that goes, holy shit, is that it? For real? Oh wow, I lucked out. I mean, it fits, that has to be it. I found another washer and it's supposed to be a lot more open. And this is the last OEM thing that I need. So if this ends up being it, I might be okay. There's no way. I mean, dude, this doesn't make sense. It says like, this is here, this is there. It would have to go into that hole. And it can't. Supposedly, this guy goes there. That fits. Okay. Got it. Now, this go in. So that's definitely not right. I've created this hellish situation where like I've got a pile of bolts, and that should never be the situation you're in. See, so this, I see. Okay, so this goes in right here. And that's the new little thing. Okay. See, this is one of those situations where if I hadn't just entirely mutilated the bike as far as like what I took apart, this process would not be as bad as it is right now. But because I was an idiot and took every little thing off that I could of the bike from the get-go, really screwed myself over. Gosh. You know, if anything, you guys can learn from my mistakes, and like if you're redoing a bike, redo it piece by piece. Don't try to take the whole bike apart to then just put the whole thing back together. Like that just doesn't make any sense. By the way, I'm doing everything loose because there's no point tightening it down right now. I've got a blue Loctite everything. I'm just trying to figure out right now how this all works. Brake pedal return spring. I don't understand where that would go. Would it go like right there? And then if it is, oh, I bet it is, and it goes upside down. I mean, that has to be the return spring. There's no other way that could be anything different than that, right? Let's just put it on and see what it looks like. I mean, it looks solid. It's not in there correctly, and we have the spring and yeah, lots of stuff. For right now, I'm gonna call this side good, and I'll figure out the whole spring thing and all that kind of stuff afterwards. Oh, we got the rear brake reservoir too. Oh my Lord God. I gotta figure out how to mount that in here. All right, I'm gonna move on to the shifter side because this is frustrating, and then we'll either circle back to this or we'll work on it in another episode. Lord God, y'all. All right, well, at least on this side we have the shifter already here, so it's gonna be just modifying what we have. That should make it easier. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. So the only thing on, of course on the shifter side, the only thing OEM that you keep is the quick shifter, which is this little guy right here. Even this gets changed out. Holy crap. I can go ahead and tell you that the shifter side is far easier than the brake side, surprisingly, and you don't need as many of the OEM parts. That went pretty well. The diagram shows the shifter, this little part right here, it being up, but the stock one went down. There's a little odd stuff there, but the only thing this stuff now needs is to get Loctited in. But other than that, all this stuff should be good to go. I'm not gonna Loctite this down until I have the other side fixed up, and I'll fix them both at the same time. Doesn't make sense to go through the whole process of locking this down when I'm just gonna have to do the exact same thing on the other side. Oh man. Okay, overall though, I mean, these rear sets look so much better than the stock ones. Like, just getting back to what we actually did. Such a good improvement. All right, guys. This has been a really frustrating episode. So guys, I have a lot of researching to do to figure out what's up with those springs and what's up with the brake side. I gotta look into this brake lever. Like the brakes were bad today. Like we kept running into issues with brakes. I don't really understand. Oh, you're crooked. I don't really understand how all the brake stuff could go wrong in one episode, but yeah, that's gonna be it for episode 14. I appreciate you getting through the entire episode. I don't know how long this one was because we got the new camera and filming this slightly differently, so you guys give me some time to figure out the new format for Wreck Bike Rebuild and working with this camera and all that kind of stuff. I wish I would have got a little more done today, but it's been a while and this has been very frustrating. I know, you guys probably understand, but that's part of Wreck Bike Rebuild, is I want you guys to understand what it's really like working on a bike. I'm not here trying to sugarcoat stuff and like not show you things that actually happen. I want this to be the entire process and show you guys the whole way through. The main thing I learned and have learned in this episode is when you take a bike apart, or when you're coming into a really big project on a bike, everything needs to be in sections. I still don't understand why I came into this series with like, all right, everything needs to get replaced. let's take everything off first. Like, that's the stupidest thing you can possibly do. So yeah, my recommendation, don't ever do that. You know, take stuff off as you need to and replace it at that point. So yeah, words of wisdom from a dude that doesn't really know what he's doing but is learning along the way. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. It's really helpful for the videos on YouTube. So if you guys want to go check out like more of the behind the scenes stuff, go check out Patreon, patreon.com/Chaseontwowheels. That's how we fund this entire series, and if it wasn't for the people over there supporting, I wouldn't be able to run this series. And so if you're interested in making behind the scenes decisions or seeing what the fairings look like, all of that stuff happens over on Patreon and Discord, so I highly recommend you go and check that out. And if you enjoy the series, support it. You can support it for as little as $1, and somebody at the end of the series is gonna get the actual motorcycle shipped to them, no shipping cost, no nothing. So it's a really cool thing we have going on here. I highly recommend you joining up if you enjoy the series, and if you can't, no big deal. All the videos will be for free here on YouTube. So yeah, that's it from me. I'm a little agitated, but I found out that I get very easily upset with Wreck Bike Rebuild. When I'm here by myself and I don't know what to do, it's a very frustrating situation. Learning about myself. Anyways guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. This is Wreck Bike Rebuild Season 2 with the ZX-10. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Or on Wednesday. If you're part of the Patreon page, we do a live stream on Wednesdays. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Later. Outro crew. I think I might need to get Brian back. I think I'm not ready to do the level of shit I need to do without him here. Also, I appreciate you guys watching the end of the video. Make sure to hit the like button. Love you long time. Okay.